So basically what we're doing is we're making a video for the school, as you told us, to our client. So in a way we want you to tell us how you want to portray the school so we have an idea of how to go about it. So
I think the important thing is to think about the audience. And unfortunately with the school website there's 3 audiences.
okay.
First of all, you've got young people, prospective students who want to be excited by coming to the school, and existing students who want to see their achievements being acknowledged and to feel good about coming to the school. You then got a second group, which are parents, and they fall into the same kind of 2 groups. Prospective parents who want to be excited about the school and find out that it's a good place to send their child. And the second group, whose children come here, who want to stay up to date and again feel like their child's having a good time and lots of great experiences. Then you've got a third group, which is a more general group, which is just people you're trying to impress. So a local business, if you're thinking about volunteering with a local school, you want to look at our school and think, this is the sort of school we want to work with. You know, it reflects the local community, it's organised, it's efficient and professional. When inspectors come to the school, they will get a view from the website before they come. What do we want them to see? We want them to see pretty similar ideas. You know, we're organised, we're efficient, we reflect the local community. When other visitors who might be coming in just to do a day's work here, they need to find out some basic information as well, but those general things. So 3 audiences: parents, existing and prospective; young people, existing and prospective; people who support the school, existing and prospective.
Yeah.
And each group wants to feel secure in their choice by what they're doing. So I suppose you could say we're not seeking to sell the school, we're trying to make people feel secure with their choice. We're trying to reflect a brand which is about doing the very best by local young people. A brand which isn't about short-termism. A brand which is dependable. Yeah? It's like an old-fashioned school. We want it to resonate with parents and young people and people who might work with the school with their good school experience, not with their bad school experience.
Yes.
Okay, or what they identify with a good school.
So would you like us to conduct interviews with staff or students to know their existing students, to know their views and opinions?
I think it'd be nice to have some people within the school, but it's also very nice to have some ex-students as well, or some young people who've been through the journey. So you might have some year 7s about how good you might have some year 7s who talk about what it was like to come here and why they chose it and how their hopes and dreams have been vaguely fulfilled. You can't be over the top. Oh, it's wonderful, ice cream every day. You know, it's not the case, is it? But, you know, they should talk about how, you know, the school is a safe, secure learning environment. You might then have some children who are preparing for GCSEs, or just had them, about how well they feel supported. Then you might have some of yourselves, or other people in your year group, talking about the 7-year journey, or 8 years really, since you first knew. You know, I remember getting my letter and being pleased, or disappointed, or excited, yeah? And, you know, Key Stage 3 was difficult because of this, and the school helped me with that. Yeah? You might contact a couple of ex-students who are now at university or working for a living. Yeah? I've also got an alumni film that Mr. Mallon has access to, which you could clip from, which has interviews with ex-students about their experience here. Yeah? And most of those who are based in Brixton, they very happily have you around to do a supplementary interview, I know.
What would you say are the ethos of the school?
Yeah, I always find that a really difficult question. Because, well, it depends who you're talking to, but the ethos is written in 1 metre high letters as you come into the school, isn't it? It's to transform the life chances of everybody who attends the school. You know, so it's not about taking your dreams of being a footballer when you come in and churning out hundreds of great footballers, rappers and actors. It's about you looking back in your mid-20s and thinking, that school helped me look after myself, look after my friends and family, get a decent job, and actually be a half decent person.
Yeah.
Yeah? And yesterday, bizarrely, when I was doing a patrol on Vauxhall Street, somebody calls me over to the car. I'm like, do I know you? Don't I know you? So I start the conversation. Hello, how are you? How's your mum is always a safe starter, because you can usually remember the ones whose mums have had tragic early deaths, to be blunt. So I hear about that, and I'm slowly trying to piece together the year group. And he left the school in 2002 and was on a break, and had decided he'd come back down Vauxhall Street to get his snack, because old habits die hard. The Chinese has gone, so he now had to go to the chicken and chips. But there he was fit, healthy, happy, had a job. And that was the result. And I walked away quite pleased with that.
How long would you want us to the clip to last?
I think about something like 8 to 10 minutes.
It's too long.
Yeah, too long people stop. And again with interviews. And it's something people can click on next to the alumni film we're going to put up, which will give them a little view of the school. You could take a day in the life view.
Yeah, they were planning to do that, like a point of view from the students,
Yeah.
and then again show the different classes that's going on, to show like different. And also with the school, we have the sixth form.
Yeah.
We'll definitely show that. Do you want it to be like the same style as in with the main school, or sixth form, or do you want to have it a different kind of style?
Well, I think it should feel a bit different. I mean, it'll look different because you've got hair on your face, sort of stuff. One or two of you, anyhow. And you can do it in a different setting, can't you? You can do it up in the sixth room on the sofas.
Yeah.
So that would be nice. And you can do two things in the sixth form. You can reflect on Key Stage 3, 4, and on the help you've had in 5, can't
Yeah,
you?
because I want to show the change of independence.
Yeah.
The sixth forms are more independent than the ones, so it'll be less shown of the teachers, but show the teachers, but then independent study. So us doing our own.
I think the classroom shots are usually the most boring tool of all. And when you look at other schools which have these day in the life things, you think, God, how dull. You know, fast forwarding. You know, what you want to do here is authentic voices. You know?
Okay.
And the problem with using too many teachers is if they leave, it's a bit difficult. Well, some of them you're quite happy to use, but one or two of them you think, Mr. Burton, probably can't use him anymore, for example. Yeah? So be careful which staff you choose.
Yeah.
Would you
Ask them if they're staying for 3 years.
Would you like there to be music in the background?
Yeah, nice twinkly emotive music, you know, like X Factor building up. Building up. Yeah, I think music does really nice things for it. It creates a nice atmosphere.
You mentioned that there's...
And what you could do is talk to Mr. McWilliam and get some student music that we've got. He's got loads of stuff that students have done. And then you could maybe get one of them to talk about it. So you could interview Honey, for example, generally, and then say, tell us a little bit about your music, which is what we can hear, or the music of your year group, your class. Yeah? It's easy.
You mentioned that there's 3 groups that you usually target, but is there a primary group that you want us to target with the clip?
Yeah, it's important that year 5s, you'll remember how excited you are about which secondary school you're going to and the rest of it. You know, and things have moved on. I don't know whether when you were age 9, 10 you had a phone with 3G and all the rest of it at home, but you know from little brothers and sisters, most of them are mucking about on a computer 2 or 3 hours an evening now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's important, I think, they could see that. You could talk to, well, if you want to, you could link you up with Vauxhall, and you could go and interview some year 6s who are coming here about their hopes and dreams. You can interview some year 5s who've come here regularly during the year about their experience and why, which school are you thinking and why. You could have a nice little clip if you wanted of one of them walking up from here, from Vauxhall Primary, to do the primary science workshops in Sokola.
As a small idea, it's like at the start, we're just having a thing before having a point of view from a student, and then having you just saying welcome to the school or something like that. Would you want to do that, or?
I'll do it if you want me to, but you will notice in absolutely everything on the website, all the school publicity, you never ever see me, because it shouldn't be about me, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not as if I'm some omnipotent, I can't say it, all-seeing, all-powerful presence, yeah? And in fact, if you Google my name on the school website, nothing comes up, yeah? And that's on purpose. And these schools which are all about the big man or the big woman.
So you'd want to keep it like that, basically?
Yes.
I think that's a good idea.
I'd like to be a student, lots of students, you can have some staff if you want. It's not welcome to my school,
It's
yeah?
welcome- yeah.
It's welcome to our
I think,
school.
yeah, that's good to keep it like that,
Yeah.
since it's been in the...
If you go on to Kingswood Primary School, it opens with Sir Craig Tunstall became head in 2008 and the school transformation began. It's self-aggrandising nonsense. And when he leaves, they've got to change the website. That's 500 quid. Do you know?
Smart, yeah. I think it's better.
So my photo or anything, I'm not involved in any school publicity.
So I think we should keep it like that.
Yeah.
That'd be really good.
Get a copy online. You'll find a copy of the school prospectus,
Yeah.
and you can get an idea from there about how we've done stuff.
In terms of like activities, for example, like extracurricular activities, except for lessons, normal lessons, what extracurricular activities?
I think sport would be a good one to show. Lots of people are excited by that, and I think we just need to arrange with Mr. Jardine to kind of show a range of stuff like that, because of course there's not a lot of footy going on at present, for example. But when they're doing it, you're going to have to make sure the kids in vaguely in PE kit and stuff like that. It's a bit awkward now with the gym being out, but you should be able to get some outdoor stuff going.
Yeah, like so, for example, the break time at lunchtime.
Yeah.
Should we mention the free period day?
You could talk about that. I don't think anybody cares, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? It's not a decider.
Okay.
I think getting people talking about how they're taught, how their books are marked, and how they're given extra support. That's the sort of stuff around teaching and learning. Isn't it? As an anxious parent, if my kid's a bit behind, are they going to get extra support?
Yeah.
If my kid's very able, are they going to get extra support? If I can't afford tutoring like the kids in the posh area, how are they going to get extra support? So it's all about the additionality, yeah?
I think
And some of that additionality is just small classes, by the way, it's not
Yeah.
addition. You're in a small class, if you're at Gravenor, you'd be in a class of 24, and you'd have 4 periods.
You get more time to
6.
teach the
You get more time in BTECs than other schools, and you get smaller classes outside of business. You get this out of there, it's a sandwich.
the transformation between like secondary school to A levels is quite big. So
Transition is good.
yeah.
Transformation is something else.
How would you like us to show that sort of thing?
I don't know, I just think getting people to talk about it,
Okay.
or doing something clever through the eyes of watching it. Yeah? I don't know. I was thinking something very complicated, whereby, have you ever seen that thing, The Ages of Man?
Oh, and
Yeah.
So year 7 to 10.
You'd have them in the bottom corner, little animated year 7 like that, with chin hair, and year 8. It's very complicated, it's just me being very silly. Yeah?
Would you like us to do a voiceover?
I think there's occasions when you need it,
Yeah.
because otherwise you can't bridge from one idea to another. Notice that media term there, bridging?
Well done, sir. Yes, you're correct. You are correct as an editing term.
Would you like us to show like statistics of what students are achieving, so like pass rate or GCSEs, or?
I'm not very keen on all that because it changes so often. So again, if you look at our publicity, we never kind of go. I think you can say, results have been improving, and you can see this on the DFE website, the school website. Because in 3 years' time, if it says, and in 2017 we did this, it dates it.
Yeah.
And what if the results clash next year? We look stupid. So I'd rather general words. Yeah.
Make something that will last.
Yeah.
Basically. Makes sense.
And I'm always slightly, what's the word? Boasting about results always improving is a bit like Robert Mugabe in Zimbabwe saying, I got 99.999% this year to vote. What am I going to get next year? I mean, actually the results were very good last year, and if we get the same this year, I'll be very happy. Obviously we'd like better for you all. But, do you know, the average grade in BTECs in sixth form was distinction. Do you know? We'd all taken that at the start of year 11, 12, wouldn't we? If that was everybody's grade. I know distinction's not always great. So,
does that come under anything that's certain you want to avoid?
me, personality-led stuff,
Yeah.
stuff which dates, data. And they're all very interrelated.
Last
Bar charts, bar charts of data is going up all the time.
Yes.
Other than the teachers, would you like us to show like the pastoral staff?
Yeah, so I think it's important that you have something which is about the pastoral, the additionality of pastoral support and SEN, and we have the largest number of children with special educational needs in a secondary school in Lambeth, so that's important. So I think getting Miss Stuckand or Mr. Gladman to speak, or possibly speak together, or maybe having a few students in a little round table, they might be quite happy about the extra support. But you have to get Mr. Gladman to arrange that, because some of the autistic young men and women that he's worked with have done a national film talking about the additional support. So they might be very happy to do yours, for example. But others might not want to be identified on a website where people screen, snatch it, whatever you call it, grab it, and then put good captions on. So be careful what you do.
As a school, as a technology school, we want to implement that.
No, because it's not. Just to bore you very quickly, about 15, 20 years ago, the government said, if you take on a technology specialism, we'll give you £50,000 a year. And so we said, well, who doesn't want £50,000 a year? In those days it was 2 teachers. But the definition of technology was introducing triple science, introducing additional maths for the very able mathematicians, and introducing engineering. It has nothing to do with ICT. But everybody thinks it's that. Yeah? I'd drop it tomorrow if I could. And then the week we were announced, they then said, oh, you could go for arts and media, which is what Norwood is. You can go for, I can't remember some of the other ones, sports, which is what nautical is. Yeah? I mean, sports is awful, You're not good at work, so we'll let you play football. What message is that? Yeah? You're not good at work, we'll let you do a bit more dancing. I don't get all that. Yeah? That's why we did science and maths, things which are really useful. Anything else? Does Mercedes need to ask a question? Should we get a mark?
No, she's official
Fine, that's
swear.
all right. I'm not trying to put you on the spot, Mercedes. I'm all right. All right, it was my pleasure. I'm talking about school. That's one thing I can do endlessly. Thank you very much, Mr. Mallow.
Thank you, and they'll show you the first draft of the video, and then you can give some feedback, and then they'll do the final.
So look at some others. Lots of schools have them.
Yeah.
They're not particularly good. I don't think. Okay.
Yes.
Adidas is a T-shirt. All day I dream about school.